18 Army Ranger instructors have been decertified after they fired their weapons into the air at Crab Island in Destin last week. The guns were armed with blank rounds. Nobody was hurt.
This happened on Crab Island hours before the Rangers were set to take part in a mock boat battle off Fort Walton Beach. WEAR's Brent Carney was in Destin today and heard from boaters who were on the water when the Rangers opened fire.
Okay, so it's Memorial Day buildup, Memorial Day weekend, Redneck Riviera, Fort Walton Beach, Eglin Air Force Base. There's the Billy Bowlegs Pirate Festival. You got some United States Army Rangers that are there at the base, instructors, 18 of them. Should be a little wiser than your average recruit, the E4 Mafia and below. And they decided that they would go and have a little bit of fun in full uniform, looks like full battle rattle, looks like a crew-served weapon with some civilians. This could have gotten out of hand very quickly. People in the South are proud supporters of the Second Amendment. What would have happened if some dude would have pulled out a weapon defending his family, defending his kids, defending himself? Because on the outside, it looks like, you got the G.I. Joes rolling in with a 240 full battle rattle, dropping some rounds down range. We all know what's happened over the last couple of months, last couple of years. We saw a Green Beret drive a Tesla across the United States or partway and go and do some boom boom outside of a hotel. We saw this rogue Army veteran in New Orleans drive through a crowd. We've seen a lot of incidents around the United States happening that we don't really have an explanation for. And if you were there on Crab Island with your family having some corn pops and some Rangers rolled in, how would you respond? Hit that like and subscribe button, thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. What should happen to these guys? How soon should they be deployed to Ukraine? Because I don't know how they're going to get punished. There's going to be some court-martials, my guess. There's going to be some office hours, captain's masks, what we called it in the Navy. But this is going to get rolled out. This is going to get real painful for them. And it brings something on the military. It brings something in the Army that we don't need right now, which is bad publicity. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, doing a great damn job. But how quickly does this get turned on to him? It's his fault. I'm assuming somewhere in this news article, Donald Trump is going to get blamed for picking Pete Hegseth. If you're an Army Ranger, if you're an Army vet, if you're a military veteran, leave a comment down below. What should happen to these guys? I know these guys are having a little bit of fun, but somebody is going to get punished. I would love to get your take on what that punishment should be. Let's finish the rest of this news clip.
The Army says that all 18 Ranger instructors that were seen on those boats out there at Crab Island were part of a training battalion, which is based out at Eglin Air Force Base. And now the Army says that every photo and video taken from that incident is now a part of that investigation. It was an event that's considered to be the highlight of the Billy Bowlegs Festival. 18 U.S. Army Ranger instructors going up against Billy Bowleg and his crew in a mock boat battle in Fort Walton Beach. But the Ranger instructors' actions before the event have sparked outrage and caused the Army to open an investigation. Video obtained by WEAR News shows some of the Rangers firing their weapons armed with fake blank rounds into the air.
Okay, you can see here the image. This guy's got a crew-served weapon. There's 5 or 6 Army guys standing behind him, probably egging him on. Watch what he does here. I mean, this is a 240, 249. I'm not familiar. Submarine guy here, not Army.
Crab Island. This is miles from where the festival was
Belt-fed
taking
weapon.
place.
Initially, I just heard sounds. I heard pop, 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 and I was on the other side of the Destin Bridge, opposite of Crab Island.
Others witnessed the incident across the way at the Sides Marino Point condos. One condo owner was cleaning his boat at the dock when he heard the shots.
So I saw them all scatter, and then I had my Marine radio on, and I did hear some people expressing concern. It's never safe to have that kind of stuff out there.
As soon as you hear gunfire in today's society, you assume the worst. I think I do. It's why I'm a proud supporter of the Second Amendment. I'm sure many of you are thinking the exact same thing. What if someone would have replied, would have responded, would have tried to defend themselves? They don't know what's going on.
To mention, could have given someone a heart attack, or someone else might have pulled a real gun.
The city of Fort Walton Beach issued a statement that said the actions taken by the ranger instructors at Crab Island were not part of the Billy Bowlegs Festival and were not authorized.
The whole pirate thing, Billy Bowlegs, it's like, okay, I get it. These guys are having fun, but I mean, there were kids out there. One of my friends, I have a 5-year-old daughter, and one of my friend's daughter was 6 years old, and I mean, they're ducking for cover. So when you look at it like that, it wasn't too cool.
Now, the Army says that no other information is going to be released regarding this investigation, but as soon as we learn more, we will, of course, pass that along to you. In Destin, Brent Carney, WEAR News.
Now, they're decertified. The Army says that means the instructors are no longer allowed to train new rangers at Camp Rudder.
So these ranger instructors are decertified. Okay. They can't teach anybody else, and we wouldn't want them teaching anybody else, making decisions like this. We hold our United States military, we hold instructors, we hold people with this ranger tab to a higher level. Should they have their ranger tab taken away from them? I'm not sure. I don't know what the ramifications are for those. Should they be immediately deployed with the E4 Mafia? Because I think a lot of these guys are going to get busted. I think a lot of them are going to get busted in rank. Because as an instructor, they're supposed to be thinking sort of at a higher level than their students, setting real-time examples. This is bad publicity for the United States military. It's bad press for anyone involved. Fort Walton Beach, big family destination, Memorial Day weekend, lots of people there. This could have led to something really, really bad. Love to get your thought on this. I'm going to show you an article here. This is where Task and Purpose comes in, and they've got a great article here. This is Task and Purpose. They bring up the whole thing. Army investigating whether Rangers fired weapons at public beach before the Pirate Sea battle. Well, there's video showing that. So it's a foregone conclusion of what actually happened. More importantly, what's going to happen to the instructors? What's going to happen to them? What are the repercussions going to be on this? This is the Vet Biker. I'm getting out of here, headed back to the great state of Arkansas. You guys take care. I'll see you on the road.